I'm Sarah Borkson-Keeter with NAREITWeek.com. I'm here in New York City for REITWeek 2015, NAREIT's Investor Forum. I'm joined today by Sherry Rexroad, Chief Investment Officer for the Americas at BlackRock.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sherry. So if I came to you and said that over the next 12 months you could only invest in one real estate market in the world, where would you choose?
Now, you know I would caution you against doing so because one of the primary benefits of global real estate securities investing is the diversification that you get by being in different economies with different monetary policies. And particularly right now, when we've had such an influence by monetary policy on REIT prices and our volatility, I would really caution against picking any one country. If I had to pick one region, I would look for a region that had divergent monetary policies so that I could play both sides. So obviously the Americas are predominantly US monetary policy driven, and so I would steer towards EMEA or APAC because within each of those regions, you are more likely to be able to play both sides of easing and tightening monetary policy.
Now, did the recent elections in the United Kingdom affect your outlook for investment there?
Well, you know, anytime there's uncertainty in the market, it impacts, prices and our outlook. However, I think that in total, the UK really could not afford to have a political party that would do anything to stifle the nascent recovery. So, whereas there was a lot of speculation, I think that ultimately it meant relatively little to the real estate markets. Now, we do now have alignment within the political parties with Parliament, and that, of course, gives a little bit greater certainty in the markets. I think the one remaining issue is that with the Conservative Party, you're very likely to have a referendum on Eurozone inclusion. I think it will remain. So I think ultimately, again, it will end up having little impact, but we could have some volatility in the intermediate term.
And is there one particular sector or region that you're more bullish on than your peers?
Okay, now, I don't spend a lot of time worrying about what my peers do because by default, any information I have on what they're doing is stale. So I try to focus on the fundamentals versus the market valuations. That said, if I look around where I see differences in our portfolio, one, I think that we're a little more bullish on Sweden and Japanese developers. And then two, I think because of our size, we're a relatively new player. We're just approaching our 3-year track record. BlackRock is able to participate in some of the smaller to mid caps in a way that some of our competitors that have tens of billions of dollars can't effectively do. So I'd say we're more aware of the small cap space, even though our portfolio does tend to be diversified over the entire range of small to large cap.
Great. Thank you for your time, Sherry.
Okay, thank you.
For more news and analysis on all things REIT, be sure to visit REIT.com.